When I tell you that I woke up today and I chose violence. So today, I woke up, I DNF'd a book, I soft DNF'd a book, and then I said in that reading vlog, reading Indian authors for a week, that I would go for a quick, cute palette cleanser that would just set me on track for my next book, the last book of that reading vlog. And then I saw Jamie read The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, and I felt suddenly motivated. So, guess what my palette cleanser is gonna be? I am finally picking up a book that I have been putting off since I think 2022 because I have been so intimidated by it. I am just scared. But also, I've been wanting to dive into Cosmere for such a while now because Jamie loves it, Freya loves it, and they are just. I love them. I think I picked this up when I got this book. It was a gift from one of my friends, and when I got it, I read maybe 5-6 pages of it, and then I decided that my brain was not made for complications like this, and then I DNF'd it, soft DNF'd it, and then thanks to Jamie, I've been motivated to pick this book up again, and we'll see how it goes because this is just I'm not sure if I am made for this, and I don't want to feel dumb. I don't want to feel rejected by a book, but yeah, I think we have to dive into it because my friend gifted this series to me, and so many people I love this author and the series. So it's an obligation, it's a duty, and I hope that I can fulfill it properly. Let's get into it. I think my brain is already breaking. That is what that gesture was. But yeah, I'll see you soon, hopefully. And I think I was entering kind of a reading slump, and then I just decided to pick the heaviest book on my shelf to get out of that reading slump. So does that make sense to you? It doesn't make sense to me. No. But yeah, hopefully this will be interesting enough to get me out of my slump. So yeah, I'll see you soon. I don't know why I'm so demotivated today to just exist. But this book is really interesting so far. I don't think this book is as complicated as has been suggested to us. Like it's pretty easy to understand. It's just really long. That's its only intimidating point. And I love the cover of this book. It's so nice. This book feels like Six of Crows in the best possible way. I love books about heist, and I love books about properly planned ways to overthrow the government. I love books about rebellion. I'm on page 75, I think, and the chapter I just read, I am so excited. I know this book is only going to go uphill from here because firstly, the magic system, the world building, so unique. Like, this is the kind of fantasy book that I'm always craving. This is just amazing. Like, I'm not even compelled to give updates because I am so hooked to the book. I don't want to stop reading, and it's just amazing. Especially the chapter that I just read. It's got me so fired up and excited. And I'm just gonna go back to reading, and don't be surprised if you don't get regular updates for this book because I'm already too invested. All the characters and the crew members we have so far, all of them are just amazing. I love this background that we have. It describes my personality, just chaotic and messy, and books substitute for my personality. But yeah, even like the crew members we have so far, like the characters that we've met so far, all of them are so interesting. I know I'm gonna love this book already.
One of the things that surely annoys me in fantasy books is unnecessary descriptions of surroundings in settings that don't require it. Like, we've had a lot of world building and just descriptions of the landscape, and I've been enjoying it so far because it was very necessary to the story, right? But right now, one of the main characters, she went to a ball, and I have had to read 2 pages of the author describing the buttressings and the capstones and the overhead gallery and the over. I hate it. I hate it. It's a ball. Make her interact with nobility. Give me some political intrigue. Give me some drama. I don't want to read 2 pages of descriptions about this random. Just I hate it. It's very triggering for me. I hate when there are complicated descriptions of random houses. I am not an interior designer. I don't understand these descriptions, and I am not interested in these descriptions.
At the point where we are in the book, it's absolutely perfectly paced. All the new information we're getting is so easy to digest and understand. I'll be reading this book and there'll be a random mention of something that doesn't exist in this world, like flowers, and it jars me so much because I forget the little intricacies and details of the world. Like, here we have trees that are brown, and ash falls from the sky, and the sun is red, and it's just like, I know this world imitates us, but it's not set in our world. But it jars me so much when there are just like random details and mentions like this. We have finally reached the 50% mark in the book. I stayed up till 3 a.m. yesterday. I had a very busy day. I've been having very busy days, but I stayed up till 3 a.m. because I like taking time out for reading, and I was determined to complete my goal of reading at least 50% of the book. And this vlog, as you can see, is really encouraging me to prioritize reading, which I always love. I love ignoring my responsibilities to read. But it's time for some impressions. I think I've mentioned before that I love all the characters. I feel like I'm walking right beside them, which is just so immersive. And all of them have such unique personalities, such unique voices, and they have such incredible depth to their personalities. They're also humorous. There's one particular character called Kelsier, and he gives golden retriever in a fantasy setting vibes, which is just my favorite trope ever. It's amazing. His perspectives, and it's just whenever he gets some page time, I am sad. I love his character. We also have the magic system called Allomancy. We have the Mistborns and the Mistings, and it's so fascinating. Like, the magic system, the world building, the landscape, all of it is just so immersive. And this is the perfect fantasy book because the writing is also lucid. So even though there are so many complicated explanations, I don't think I've ever felt confused except that one time, which is the descriptions of I don't even know what that was, manners, interior designing. That was the only time I felt frustrated, but the writing is genuinely very lucid, so I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything, which is just incredible. We also have a lot of different creatures. So we have the Inquisitors, and we have the Terracemen, we have the Lord Ruler, who's like this mystical personality. We haven't had like any real interactions with him yet, but these are characters and the creature and some creatures that I really want to learn more about because they are just so interesting and fascinating to me. There's this one particular terraceman who teaches us about these different religions of the world, and I don't know if these religions are made up or if they actually exist, but it's just amazing because I love religious discourse and just learning about the different religions of the world, even if they are just made up. I don't mind that. And we also have a lot of political intrigue, which is amazing. Just have a shot every time I say amazing during this clip. I think I've said amazing a lot of times, but yeah, we have a lot of political intrigue, and there's a certain aspect of mystery associated with the workings of the world, which I also find very hooking and gripping. The way that it's worked into the story is amazing because while we also have some like mission planning, like they're obviously trying to overthrow the empire, so we have the planning for that, and then the things that go wrong or the things that go right, and just the way that it's all weaved together, the way it's coming together is absolutely perfect. And at no point do I feel like this was unnecessary. Like, I have read what, around 400 pages now, and at no point did I feel like this book should be cut down. This is one of the best books I've read so far, and I don't know why, but it's always the big books that get me out of a slump. Like, most people say that when you're in a slump, you should read some short books or reread some of your favorites, but it's always the chunkiest books that get me out of a slump. So that is great. I think I've said great a lot of times too during this vlog. We are at a point in the book where we are moving a lot towards character introductions, and I'm really enjoying that because so far we've been introduced to the world, we were looking at the landscape and the plot, what's happening. But I think right now we're getting a lot of the characters in a landscape. Like, obviously, we have the two main characters. We have Vin, who's a newbie to the crew, and we have Kelsey, a cute little golden retriever in a deadly fantasy world, which is just favorite trope. As I said before, I don't have a major update, but I think I'm just really enjoying just looking at the character dynamics and the character relationships, because I've got a pretty good grasp on the world now, and I really wanted to explore the characters in depth, and I'm just really I really appreciate that we're getting to do that now. Even besides the main two characters, the side characters are also so fleshed out. So in this world, we have mistings who are specialized in particular powers and particular metals, so they can soothe emotions or they can enhance their strength. And then we have Mistborns who have all the powers. And I really like how Win, since she's a newbie Mistborn, she's got a lot of one-on-one sessions with a lot of mistings on the crew. So someone who can, like, burn pewter and enhance their strength. I don't really remember the use of each metal because this is my first Brandon Sanderson book, so it's difficult to remember. But I've seen in vlogs that people who are pretty familiar with the world usually remember these powers, but I don't right now. But yeah, I really like the different philosophies the different characters have on using the metals in the best possible way, how to utilize them properly in battle. And I really love their different philosophies and how we're focusing on each metal and we're getting a lot of in-depth information about it, how it works and what's the best way to use it, and how and the different ways to use it. And I really like that. It feels very philosophical. It feels a very good insight into the world, into this magic system, and I am really enjoying that. I think I'm 60% into the book. This is the portion I've read, which is like a chunky portion, and this is what I've left. Hopefully, I'll be able to complete this book between today or tomorrow because it's a pretty free weekend. And that's just the plan I have for now. I don't think I'll have an update for quite a while now because I don't know, I feel like the updates I'm giving are very unnecessary, but these are just the thoughts I'm having while reading the book. And since this is a rare, free, like completely free weekend I have, I felt like I should utilize it properly and just do the vlog properly. And hopefully, I'll be able to give you an update once I complete the book or once something really makes me want to talk about the book again. I'm at the 70% mark in the book, and please don't mind this wall. I stuck a Throne of Glass poster to my wall as a kid. Not that I'm any bit of an adult now, even though I am an adult and I should be an adult. But yeah, this is not an existential crisis video, but I stuck a Throne of Glass poster to my wall and now it's just ruined beyond repair. And that's just the way it is right now. But my update is that there's a character in this book, and we haven't had much page time with him. His name is Marsh. He's Kelsey's elder brother, and he gives such elder sibling vibes. Like, Kelsey gives golden retriever energy, carefree, and this guy is sober, serious overachiever, and I love reading about sibling duos like this. I only have the last 100 pages left in the book, but something just happened that was so gruesome that I literally feel nauseated. Like, obviously, this book has a lot of gore, but this is just a scene and a plot twist that I am not on board with. This is scary. I am concerned for these people. But yeah, this just got gruesome so quick because it was just like a nice story and plot, and obviously it's supposed to be gruesome, but this was just a reality check. It's literally raining cats and dogs outside, which means it's the perfect reading weather, and I have around 20 pages left in this book. So let's read it together and complete it. The climax of this book is literally so overstimulating. I'm not even kidding when I say that I'm gonna pass out. I think I'm gonna need just a minute to collect my thoughts, and then I'll come back to you with a final review on The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. This book, Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson, is quite literally one of the best books I've read in a while. Each element of this book was so carefully crafted and woven into a story that was not only intricate but so immersive. I was transported into the world from the first page itself, and I didn't want to leave. The magic system called Allomancy was so complex yet so understandable. We were introduced to creatures like the Mistborn and the Terrorism, and they made the world feel alive and just brimming with secrets. We had the political intrigue, the mystery, and all of it was just so hooking. The writing style was also very, very lucid. So even though I was reading a high fantasy, I literally flew through the pages without losing any nuance. The characters were written with such authenticity that I felt like I was walking beside them. Their inner struggles, their hopes, their flaws, all of these were explored with such depth. I'm giving this book a 4 stars, and the only reason I'm not giving it 5 stars is because I feel like there's a more complex, larger mystery brimming beneath the surface. And if the first book was so captivating, I can only imagine, or I can only hope, how extraordinary the next books are going to be. So, those are my final thoughts on The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. iPhone just really sucks sometimes because apparently I'm out of storage, and I don't even know why. But this brings us to the end of my very first reading vlog. I hope you enjoyed watching me as much as I enjoyed filming this. If you like me, if you like to see more videos from me, please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you hopefully in the next one.